Over the years, there's been a lot of ways to start Conan Exiles for the best possible progression, and that hasn't changed. In 2025, you could still start Conan Exiles and go down certain paths that are going to help you get to the end much quicker and much easier. And in this video, I'm going to show you my favorite ways to do that. Starting right off at the Broken Highway, you're just going to follow a few of these journey steps. You want to gather your plant fiber, you want to craft your coarse clothing, and then as you're making your way up the Broken Highway, you're just going to continue to complete those easy journey steps. My first goal when I start Conan Exiles is to make my way from wherever I spawned in the Broken Highway up to 5E. In 5E, you will find the cave where you can learn sorcery. So as I'm heading up there, I am completing the journey steps, going in and spending attribute points. I highly recommend going into expertise first if you're going to follow along with my guide. As I'm running along the Broken Highway, I'm holding down the interact button so that I can pick up all the stones and sticks that I run past. Every once in a while I may slow down just to make sure I get more of those items as I'm passing by them. By the time I make it to Noob River, I want to have my pick already crafted so that I can then complete that journey step. And then I move into crafting my first weapon. Now I always go for the same weapon. I feel like daggers are really powerful at the beginning of the game, so I'll go after crafting daggers. But you can pick whatever weapon suits your playstyle. I also craft and pick up my bedroll instantaneously. You can leave yours down if you feel like that's your safety net or you don't feel confident picking that back up. There are a few things that I don't wait for the game to tell me to do, like crafting a skinning knife, an axe, or a cleaver. Those things are things that I do right off the bat, and that way, as I'm working towards the journey steps that are going to tell me to do that, I can still be using those items along the way to get things like meat and hide, which is going to be important later on in your gameplay. And again, as I'm leveling up here, I'm just dumping all the points into expertise. I'm going to go into expertise with 10 total points right from the start. Now there are a couple of stops that I make on my way to the cave where you learn sorcery. The first is right here where we're going to fight this particular person. There's an NPC that spawns right here all the time that you can slay in order to hopefully drop some decent armor. So you just want to stop here and give them a quick tap so that you can do that. This location is right here on the map. We're also going to head right down here and do the same thing because there's another person there that can drop their armor. Unfortunately, we didn't get any armor from Tessa the Blade, so we'll head off to see if the other one will give us some armor. Now, when I feel like I have enough food, if I slay an enemy, I'm usually using the skinning knife so that I can get the hides and make an armor set. I don't really like the armor sets that you can get early on by just looting them, so I'm going to essentially, as soon as I'm ready, make my own armors. So we did get an armor piece here. The reason why I usually come after this armor set early on is because it actually gives us additional carry weight. So this can help you in case you are not following along by putting the points into expertise. This is going to give you additional carry weight because we're going to pick up a lot of stuff in the beginning of the game. You can also skin any of the humanoids to get more hide as well. Now, when I leave this spot right next to the Shattered Bridge, I usually run up and interact with Nunu the Cannibal just so I can unlock Yogg right from the start. Now, on your way up to learn Yogg, if you want to stop by this cave and get at least 50 crystals, you can do this. You need 50 crystals to make the thaumaturgy bench, so you can stop here and kill the imps and then go into the cave, get some crystals, and that way, when you are ready to place your thaumaturgy bench, you've got those 50 crystals already and you don't have to backtrack. And this is the Cavern of the Fiends. It is directly below where you're going to learn Yogg as a religion. Unfortunately, you still have to pick these up by hand. You cannot use your pick on them, but you don't need a whole lot. Like I said, you need 50 to place your thaumaturgy bench. So if you want to stop by here, grab 50 real quick and then get out. This is an easy way to go about doing that without having to come all the way back down to New River to get these items. Then we can just climb up instead of running around, and we'll be right at Nunu the Cannibal so that we can learn Yogg and also an emote. Just a quick chat with Nunu the Cannibal to learn the things that he can teach us. From here, I'm just going to run up to the cave. Now this is a great place to throw down your campfire and your bedroll. Go ahead and cook any meat that you have remaining while you're running into the cave. And just so you can see where we're at on the map, it's basically right in the middle of E5. We are going to run past every single enemy that's in here. We don't want to fight them at this point. They are way stronger than we are, and it'll take us just too much time to effectively kill them, so it's just not worth the effort or the time. Just run past them. They cannot follow you into the back section of this cave. Once you get to this right here, you are safe. They will not follow you any further. Run up to the thaumaturgy bench, interact with it, and you get the arcane staff, and you learn sorcery. We can instantly just equip the staff and use it to get across this gap. We are going to cast the ice bridge, and this part we're going to do rather quickly because I want to use the same bridge to cross back over. So we're just going to take everything out of these chests, and as long as you don't get over encumbered, it should be really easy to pick everything up. This chest back here always seems to be broken, and it's turned into a loot bag, so we'll just grab that as well. And now we can head back across our ice bridge. Then we're just going to head out of the cave with the minimal amount of corruption we can possibly get. And once you're out of the cave, they actually cannot follow you out of the cave either, so you're perfectly safe. So the items that we got out of the Karak dungeon are great. We can see we have a steel sickle, we've got a perfected steel spear, a steel javelin, a cutlass, a perfected steel longsword, and then we have another steel sickle, we have a pickaxe, and a steel throwing axe. These are all really good items. I'm going to go through my inventory and get rid of anything that I feel like I don't need in my inventory, because I'm going to another place where I'm going to loot just as much stuff that I just did, if not more. If you want to see where I head from here, make sure you're subscribed to the channel so you can see episode 2 right when I upload it. Big shout out to the Legends of Whack. You're the reason this grind never stops. No fear, no fold. If you want to become a Legend of Whack, click the join button below. And if you don't want to be out of whack, click the video on the screen right now to keep the grind going.